Hey everyone! Welcome back to Explain This, the channel that breaks down trending topics in simple and entertaining ways. Today we're tackling a subject that affects millions but still carries far too many misconceptions. Mental health. We're busting the biggest mental health myths and replacing them with facts. Let's get to it. Alright, let's tackle this first myth head-on. Therapy is for weak people. Imagine thinking that taking care of your mental health is a sign of weakness. Like, seriously? That's like saying going to the gym is only for people who are already super buff. No way! People go to the gym to get stronger, to improve their fitness, right? Therapy's the same thing, but for your mind. It's about building mental resilience, learning coping mechanisms, and working through challenges in a safe and supportive environment. Think about it. We have no problem going to the doctor when we have a physical health issue. We don't hesitate to see a dentist for a toothache or an optometrist for an eye exam. So why is there this weird stigma around taking care of our mental health? You know me, I love a good analogy. And here's another one. Imagine your mind is like a garden. Sometimes it needs tending, weeding, and maybe even some fertilizer to thrive. Therapy can be like that gardener, helping you cultivate a healthier and more resilient mind. And you know what? It takes real strength to admit you need help and to put in the work to grow. Think about athletes, musicians, even CEOs. Many of them have coaches, mentors, or therapists to help them perform at their best. They get that taking care of their mental game is just as important as physical training. So, yeah, therapy isn't a sign of weakness. It's a sign of courage. It's about investing in yourself and your well-being. And that, my friends, is something to be celebrated, not stigmatized. Okay, myth number 2. Mental illness isn't real. It's all in your head. This one really gets to me because it's so incredibly dismissive and hurtful to the millions of people who struggle with mental health conditions every single day. Here's the thing. Mental illnesses are real illnesses, just like diabetes, asthma, or any other physical health condition. They're not a choice, a flaw, or a sign of weakness. They're often caused by a complex interplay of genetic predispositions, environmental factors, and life experiences. Think about it this way. Our brains are incredibly complex organs, right? They control our thoughts, emotions, behaviors, and how we interact with the world around us. And just like any other organ in our body, our brains can experience imbalances, injuries, or illnesses. For example, depression isn't just feeling sad. It's a serious medical condition that affects brain chemistry, particularly the balance of neurotransmitters like serotonin and dopamine, which play a crucial role in regulating mood, sleep, and motivation. Similarly, anxiety disorders often involve altered activity in the amygdala, the part of the brain responsible for processing fear and emotional responses. Would you ever tell someone with a broken leg to just walk it off? Of course not. That's ridiculous and insensitive. So why is it okay to tell someone struggling with depression to just snap out of it? Mental illnesses require professional help and support, just like any other health condition. Alright, this next myth is one we often see portrayed in movies and TV shows, and it's incredibly damaging. People with mental illness are dangerous. Let's dismantle this harmful stereotype right now. The vast majority of people with mental illness are not violent and pose no threat to others. In fact, they're far more likely to be victims of violence than perpetrators. This myth is fueled by fear, misinformation, and a lack of understanding about mental health. Think about it. We don't assume that everyone with a heart condition is going to have a heart attack and become violent. We don't assume that everyone with asthma is going to have an attack and become aggressive. So why is there this automatic association between mental illness and violence? It's crucial to remember that mental illness is not a predictor of violent behavior. Violence is a complex issue with multiple contributing factors, and mental illness is just one small piece of a much larger puzzle. Instead of perpetuating harmful stereotypes, let's focus on fostering empathy, understanding, and support for those living with mental health conditions. Let's create a society where people feel safe seeking help without fear of judgment or discrimination. For our final myth, we're tackling a phrase that's often well-intentioned but ultimately unhelpful. You can just snap out of depression. If only it were that simple, right? Depression, like many mental health conditions, is a complex and multifaceted illness that affects a person's thoughts, feelings, behaviors, and physical well-being. It's not a matter of willpower or choosing to be happy. Imagine telling someone with a broken leg to just walk it off. It's absurd, right? Depression is no different. It's a real medical condition that requires professional help, support, and often medication. Telling someone to just snap out of it minimizes their experience, invalidates their feelings, and puts undue pressure on them to simply get over it. It also ignores the biological, psychological, and social factors that contribute to depression. Instead of offering unsolicited advice or minimizing their experience, let's focus on providing empathy, support, and understanding. Listen without judgment, validate their feelings, and encourage them to seek professional help if needed. Understanding mental health is about compassion and education. Let's break the stigma, one conversation at a time. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Here are some important resources to learn more. National Alliance on Mental Illness, NAMI, MentalHealth.gov, Crisis Text Line, text HELLO to 741741. Understanding mental health is about compassion and education. Let's break the stigma, one conversation at a time. Hit the like button, subscribe, and share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Stay curious, stay kind. See you next time.